Hello, testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see. I don't want to mute. Hey, everybody, if you're watching this, I have no idea what I'm doing because I've never done this before. So I'm going to do the best I can. And this is an experiment. I'm just switching over here to see if this mic works better. Testing 1, 2, 3. That did not help either. Hello. Yes, the joy of microphone problems. Yeah, whatever. Hi. Okay. You know what? I was doing my best. I'm going to worry about some of this stuff later. So if you're trying to watch this and we're not getting good audio, I apologize for that. I am trying to make sure that I am getting input volume, decent audio for you as best I can. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of training, starting with some stuff around mechanics. And I'll also be probably recording this on HD camera, so I'll be able to maybe edit it out and put a high resolution copy with really clean audio online. And hopefully, I'll try to talk as loud as I can. And this is just me kind of fooling around anyway. So if you're with us, say hi. And if you want to, jump up on your living room floor or whatever, and you know, practice along. So let's get going. First, I have to drink tea, as everyone well knows.
Which YouTube channel are you?
I don't know. This is my regular one.
Freshman Point Yoga?
No, actually, I'm trying to put everything onto Chris Thomas Martial Arts. Hey, there I am. All right, we're gonna start with. Gee, I wonder if we should start with that.
Well, some people know.
Yeah. Apologies if you don't know Nahanchi. Well, it's just tradition to start with Nahanchi.
You guys light up?
So, Todd, you may or may not know Nahanchi. Great, awesome, fantastic. And feel free to just do what
You have
your
other
version is.
Sure.
And then when I back out and we break it down, then you have to mind a little longer.
Sure. I get that.
Yeah.
You
All
have
right.
audio, so you're good.
So this version of Nahanchi comes from the Rikyu Kempo tradition, which is Sankichi Nakamura's Okinawa Kempo, but don't compare it to how anyone else does it, okay? And just see if you can learn something of value and apply it to how you do your Nahanchi, because you don't have to do the same one as somebody else does. So, bow. All right. Okay, excellent. Well done. I'm sure you all did great. Good. Okay, so before we work on the kata, just kind of clean up particulars of movement, I want to look at biomechanics. So we're going to start with something really simple, which is just this very first, it's not really the first movement, it's not even the first technique. So just so you know, in case you're wondering, the first technique, the first fighting technique in this kata is that. Everything after a bow is fighting in any kata. So when you have all of this like, oh, it's just a polite salute. Now those are fighting techniques. You just have to know that they are and accept that they are and start looking for them to be that. I'm gonna make an adjustment here so maybe you can see better. Push that up like that. Nope, that doesn't work. Too much. Sorry, this is me experimenting with it. I apologize for not being super professional around this. You got to start somewhere. Everyone is bad in the beginning. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is just look at not even the entire motion, which involves this kind of stepping. We're only going to look at the second piece of it. So the method we're going to use is just from here, feet together. And I want you to step out in a straight line. But as you do that, almost like you're going into a kind of a weird back stance. So your toe is pointing out that way. Now, from in front, I'm actually, the balls of my feet are in line, not my heels. So you can see that. So what that means is that when I shift my weight and push my heel over to the correct position, the body will naturally rotate this way. So that's what I'm interested in right now, is that kind of particular movement. So my hip at this point can't help but be on a natural angle. It wants to be at an angle. As soon as I push my heel over, my body turns. And that's the movement we're going to utilize. So what we're going to do here is we're going to swing the arm this way as the body turns the other way. This is what's called splitting movement because I have equal energy going in both directions. So anytime you have a movement in kata like this is one of the ways to make that work physically, to make your body do what it's supposed to do. So I'm here, bang, like this. By the way, different versions of this kata will go palm up, palm angled, palm flat, arm extended, whatever. But what's really important is don't do this. Don't put it straight to the side because that's pulled your shoulder out of its natural strength. Put it over here. That's where you're actually strong. So let's try that a couple times just to get that feel. So you step out, toes pointing, the body's angled naturally. And then I'm going to push my weight into, I think pushing my weight into my heel. As I push my heel around, this pulls me into my into my horse stance and drops me into the strike. Then from here, you can just twist back and you can repeat this motion like this. Okay, this is a super easy way to work on your mechanics. Now, we can do this from the other side, so let's do it on the other side. Go like this, and then again. Now, this is one of those times you really want to make sure you're pulling hard on this side. Because the splitting move implies that a lot of work is being done on the pulling side. Now, I'm using a fairly large frame, but this can be done in small frame as well. There's no rule about that. It's the same if I'm small frame or if I'm large frame. And that's going to just depend on space available, situation, age. When you get older, you might not want to get wide and low. You might want to be a little smaller, more compact stance. Style. Some styles like small frame, some styles like big frame. Either way is fine. But this is the feel. 1. And then go back and go 2. And go back and go 3. And go back and go 4. Okay, that was easy, right? Let me just have you do it so I can look for a minute to see how you do it. Okay. I do have to teach them, that's why they're here. Okay, so let's go back to the right side and get yourself in position, and then just on my count. So you're only going to worry about the rotation of the foot and the shifting of the weight. So your weight's back on your, in this case, it will be your left leg. You're going to shift and go into that horse stance. So go 1, and you're using your right hand for the strike. And then go back again. 2, and go back again. 3. So 2, you're going back far. Okay, again, and 5, and again, 6, and again, 7, and again, 8, and again, 9, and 10. Tony, when you make the shift out in your head, your brain is starting to think horse stance, you're starting to turn. So when you step out, your body is moving. Yeah. And then all you have to do from here is just rotate. Yeah, see? So we call it holding the hip. So anytime you hear me talk about holding the hip, that it's some version of that where you maintain a certain position of the hip until you reach the point in the movement where you can release it and put the energy into the stress. Yeah. All right. Now switch sides. Do a few on the other side.
This looks like it doesn't want to work.
This was working, I'm not feeling this side doesn't want to work.
It's a weird sensation.
Yeah. Oh, I see what your body wants to do.
Yeah.
Your body wants to do what we're doing. There's positive rotation. That's all it's asking. Your body wants to do positive rotation.
This way.
So turn a little more. Turn, maybe, yeah, now do it. Yeah, just don't think about your hip. Just think about your hip. Yeah. And I would shorten so I can tell by where your heel is ending up where your stance wants to be. So, yeah, so push your heel a little more. Heel's not being. Yeah, no, that's where your body wants to go.
So I was watching this.
Yep, see, just flip on your heel now. Pull your heel in. There it is. Yes.
That's such a huge difference. Yeah, drop right in.
Yeah, just drops right in. It's the weirdest thing. That's one of the great things about this, is that your body wants to drop into stance. The minute you do this, like instead of thinking, I'm gonna hit my horse stance, you just think, hit my heel over where it belongs. My body wants to just suddenly go. Okay, let's do it on the count. We'll do a few. Ready? So get ready. So your weight's on your right leg, left foot is turned in. And 1. And again, 2. And again, 3. And again, push your heel this way. Right. Now, kind of sit down on that leg. Really. All right, now, short up just 2 legs. Now, don't think about the heel, but push that heel over. Okay, ready? Here we go. 1. Again. 2. Again. 3. And again. 4. Okay, good. Good. So that kind of movement is called splitting movements. So these movements where one hand comes out, one hand comes back, are splitting movements. The other kind of movement is called positive. We can do that also in a horse stance. So we're going to get into that right now. I have to set my tea down. Those of you who know me know I drink tea all the time. So now the method is it's literally the opposite of what you just did. So what you just did was you stepped out this way with your feet kind of at right angles, but they were lined up on the balls of the feet. And then you twist, and it pushes you in stance, and it rotates the body this way. Now the same thing, but we're going to reach out with the ball of the foot this way. See how the heel is up? When you do that, your body naturally wants to counter rotate. So that means when I drop my heel down, my body will turn that way, like that. That's what's called positive rotation. So positive rotation moves the body and the hands in the same direction. A lot of techniques in the martial arts are based on that. And there's a hack. Maybe we'll cover the hack in a minute. But it helps you get that feeling a little easier. So, but here's how we start learning to do this. So here we are, we're in our standing feet together. We're gonna reach out with the ball of the foot. Notice how my heel is up, and as I reach, my body wants to turn away to make it easier for me to reach, because I want to keep my weight here. That means that when I shift and drop my weight, my body goes square to the front. So there's my horse stance, this way, okay? So now to practice, I just shift my weight over, bring my heel up, and I come back 1, and then again, 2, and again, 3, and again, 4. Then we try the other side, okay? Now you're in a horse stance now, so you just shift your weight over here, go like that. And I go 1, and again 2, and again 3, and again 4, and again 5, and again 6. All right, now go back to the other side. Now I'm going to watch. We'll do a few on the count. Ready? And 1, and 2. Again, and 3, again, and 4, and again, and 5, And now the other side. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Okay, now time for a great body hack. Because one of the keys here is the timing of the hand in relation to the movement of the body. The short version of this is start the hand first. This is true with weapons work as well. Weapon precedes body. So if you're, so the classic example is a thrust with a sword. A thrust with a sword is not done this way. It's actually, to break it down, it's this way. You kind of stick your arm out and then lean your body into it. That's how it's done. Now, obviously, the goal is to time that up so perfectly that as your hand is finishing this explosive movement forward, which generates speed into the tip of the blade, your body is also shooting out sort of together, but the way they learn it is you go 1, 2, 1, 2, like that, over and over and over again. So you understand that weapon precedes body. So it's true in anything as well. If you let your body go first, the weapon, you can hit hard, but not nearly as hard as you can if you let your hand go first. And your body's pushing forward. Just like you push the tip of the sword into the target, you're pushing your fist through the target. So how do we learn how to do that? Well, practice and patience, but there's a body hack that you can do that helps you get the feeling to start with. We find this body hack in a kata called Seichin, which we have in the style Ishinru. It's one of the reasons why I still do Ishinru and Rukyu Kempo both. It's because they each offer so much useful stuff. So the body hack, by the way, you also find a version of this in its original form in Goju-Ryu style, but it doesn't convey the hack as well in Goju-Ryu. In Goju-Ryu, they do this, and you have a beautiful cat stance. In Ishinru, it has this feeling, where you're moving your body into it. But here's the secret, is you just touch one hand to the other. So what you're doing is a positive rotation with what would be, say, if they hit us backwards, right? Though it looks like what most people call middle block. So it's just positive rotation, but I touch here, so my whole body moves together, I can't help it. So it's a simple little hack that kind of helps bring things in line. So we're going to try that. So the methodology is pretty simple. The footwork's just going to be, you kind of do a little step to your 45, and as you go, you turn to face 45. And you just kind of let your back foot kind of scooch around. This kind of scooching of the foot I refer to as hooking the table leg. So imagine there's a table leg right there, and you're hooking your foot around the table leg. That will help you get the foot position. So it's a pretty simple movement. You can see that. And just lightly touch. So I'm using right hand here. Lightly touch left hand, and then just go like that. And just bring them out together. So they stay in contact the whole time. 2, okay? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's try the other side. You see how that works? You see how it keeps the center on your body, so your whole body moves as a unit, almost like a turret on a tank or something. And it's a body hack that we learn this principle and get it fast, so that in the moment of panic and fight, like a woman can say, I hit really hard, because I'm only 5 feet tall. I'm 5'4". You got to make sure that there's some energy there. Good transfer. So try the other direction. So first, just a quick footwork. So you kind of step 45 and just kind of hook that table leg and go back. Just hook like this. Okay, one more of those. So I did the back side. Sorry, Norm. It's different ways to do footwork. So, all right, just kind of put your hands like this. They're going to move around a little bit right in here. Sorry, left fist. The right hand is the touch hand, and just go like that. Do it again. Don't worry about this like it's reinforcing. I mean, you can add that feeling if you want, like, oh! I will actually show you the pressure point hack that makes that even more effective. But for now, this is just the movement itself. Just the movement itself. It just has to have contact. Just keeps the body unified. And again. Boom. And again. Okay, so here's the quick pressure point. Jim, can I borrow you for just a second? We might just stand here. So we find this variations on this principle all over the place in kata, from opening moves that look like this to there's a kata in the Shotokan system where they punch their palms. There's a movement in Tai Chi Chuan where we do this. This is a very, very common feature. And so the idea is I can turn and I can smack Jim and hit him. But if I add a second beat that has a kind of double tap quality to it, which I can do just by lightly touching here, then I go like that. Yeah, see, I hit and then this hand hits. So by touching, they're together, but then there's this feeling right at the end. So there's a little double tap experience. What that does is help overcome the neurological resistance. Okay, so that's the pressure point hack. Feel free to try that with each other carefully right now. Yeah, try. Get together. Okay, so hopefully you were able to follow some of that. I just want to say thank you for putting up with me experimenting, because that's what I was doing. I was just trying to see how this worked. I haven't done this before. I'm exploring live stream as a possibility, and so I'm just trying to get a feel for it. A couple things I want to tell you is I will publish, so my other camera has been running, and so hopefully I've got a decent quality video that I can edit and drop online. I don't know how long that will take, because sometimes I have a backlog of stuff I've got to edit, video I've got to edit, get uploaded into my website, kjk-karate.com. So this is a very great resource for a lot of stuff. And if you sign up for a year, which I recommend, use the promo code DOJO, D-O-J-O, all capital letters, and it'll drop the price from $299 a year to $119 a year. By the way, I'd much rather you did it for $299 a year, because there's a ton of stuff there. It helps me keep doing this kind of stuff, this kind of work. But also, you can become, you can click and subscribe to the YouTube channel, but you can become a member. That's $4.99 a month. There's already a bunch of videos that are up there that you can't find in the public space, and you can watch those. And so it's, if you want to get exclusive access, early access, and stuff like that, that's a membership. If you want access to everything, then you have to go to my website. So anyway, I appreciate your time. Hope this has been useful for you. And if not, I hope you'll be patient with me while I get something more useful up. Oh, and that reminds me, if you sign up on my website, because I activate every account personally, sometimes that takes a bit from the time you subscribe to the time I become notified that it's happening. I can't tell you the number of times I've gotten off an airplane and found out somebody subscribed, and that was hours ago because I was flying back from Europe or something like that. So just be patient. I will get there, and I'll send you an email that will let you know that you're active. I will send it to you. It's not automated at all. Okay. Wow. Well, thanks for watching. Now go train.